Welcome my day 29 of my math vlogs. Now today I am so happy that I got to actually have a break from classes, but at the same time I had to do my responsibilities and reviewed. And even though I am pretty worried that unit tests will be next week, at least we have tomorrow and Monday, hopefully, saying that I am assuming that the schedule will be the same. Wow, time flies so fast that we're having unit tests already. Hopefully things can catch up. My schedule can be as fluent as I think would be. Anyway, so today was pretty difficult. Since there was no classes, I still reviewed. And as I reviewed, it was difficult to grasp at first, like all the time. But then it took me quite a while to understand. Despite me with some little confusion every here and there, it's really the details that I really have to pay attention to, for that is the thing that I am struggling with. So, with that, I'm also having a hard time understanding how to apply it in problems. Because you see, problems are something that have individual situations that I have to apply it with. And even though it's not as difficult time as it is when I'm doing it in science. Because science, it's the same thing. You just have to apply a formula to something. It's just that sometimes I'm afraid that if I should apply something, or if I'm doing it too early, if I'm doing it too late, it's like proving. But then, since we have a new lesson, I'm starting to wonder, how do we apply this to proving? If it's such a simple, easy all throughout thing, proving takes practice. And even though and it's really hard to really say if I'm right or not when I'm practicing, it's because I need someone to say that I am right or if I'm wrong, which I'm also worried for because we didn't have our homework checked. And I'm worried that from there I might fail, and I need to know where to improve, or rather I need to keep on like practicing for me to improve. But I realized what's the only way for me to like have like consistent guidance from my teacher or like reinforcement in myself. And I realized that I need to be more positive. I need to be more confident, I need to see everything in a bigger picture, because sometimes I feel like I'm slipping down like an emotion, like saying like, oh, you can't do it, or it's too hard, or something that's it's doubt, really. Doubt that puts me down, and I feel like that things are not going as well, that everything's crumbling just because of a feeling. And usually the only way for me to know where I'm going wrong or not is by practicing, because then you can feel like, I've seen this before. I know you. I know where you come from, bugger. Get away from here. It's things like that. Usually the source of all my problems is my own irrational fear or my worry that I'm going to fail. And I think that the only way for me to improve is for me to, number one, go to the extra classes, the remedial classes of math that I was told to go to on Wednesdays and on Thursdays. And more importantly, I should pay more attention. I should be, like I said before, more positive. I should have a reinforced happiness, more so to say, that I can go through everything without having to worry all the time. And that I can have like joy, like reinforced, like come on, a little pick me up, And I think this will always apply when I'm older, of course. This is like training. School, they say, is training for the bigger world, or school is training for college, because college is going to be so much harder because you're on your own and you have to depend on what you learned before. And usually college students go back to their teachers as their mentors when in their old school for them to help them with what they're taking. Because I realized that you cannot escape Filipino, you cannot escape math. You cannot escape the basic sciences in the future, because then they will always come back to haunt you. So I think this is a way of like seeing it in the bigger picture, that it's not gonna always be this easy. Rather, if this is hard for me, what more in the future lessons? Because then I have to learn how to catch up. I have to learn how to keep myself always happy. Because even though I'm in self-doubt that I am failing, I do not want to fail. And with this factor alone, I should have a determination within myself to say that I should not fail. I should tell myself that things will be better in the future and that it will never be this hard, because then it will always get harder. And this hard is supposedly the future's easy. And it will go on like that for as long as you live. And the only way for me to really adjust to it is by catching up, is by understanding it. And I shouldn't expect a little thing to pull me in and say, oh, I understand it now. I should be the one on my own little legs to run, to charge for it. Because then if I truly wanted success, then I should really strive for it. Thank you for watching.